Most Christians spend the entire waiting season begging God for the breakthrough. Almost none of them stop to ask the harder question: will I still honor him after he gives it to me? Because here is what I've watched, both in my own life and across the table for doing loans for other people. The people who get the breakthrough and blow it are not the ones who prayed the least. They're the ones who never answered the question before the money ever showed up. I'm not standing over you on this one. I'm standing right next to you. I'm in a storm right now, personally, and in my business. And I'm asking myself the exact question every morning. If God does what I ask him to do, am I going to be the same person I was before? Or am I going to be different? Because if I'm going to be the same person, he has every reason to keep the door closed. What I want to walk through with you today is why God actually delays the breakthrough for people he loves. What he's trying to build in you before the money ever comes, in the exact test I've watched destroy people who got the yes without doing the work on themselves. There's a breakthrough coming, guys. The breakthrough test nobody is talking about. God's not withholding the breakthrough because he's angry at you. He's waiting because he can already see what you will do with it. And I'm going personal right out of the chute on this one. The question here is this: does God want to bless me or not? And I've struggled with that on my personal side of my life and on my business side of my life. And you know what? It boils down to one thing. We've said it a million times in other videos: the what. What do I need to change? And the what is this. And I'm starting to get closer on this, but I'm not there. The what is this: I have to be a better steward of the money that God gives to me. All I did was chase the Joneses in my past prior life, and they're broke and on the verge of bankruptcy. Things don't mean squadoosh nowadays. That's great that you see it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, but in the end, everybody's just putting on a facade there. And I'm just telling you guys how it is for me and what I'm going through. And I know the biggest things that I've challenged myself with is getting everything corrected on the business side, which will in turn correct everything on my personal side, and then get rid of all my debt. And that's what I've been working on for the past 18 months. And I'm starting to make headway on it. And the only reason why is I've stayed faithful. I've stayed on the path of not chasing things and always stewarding my money, tithing every time I make money. And the last thing, I know this is Johnny obvious, but here it is. Stop spending more than you bring in. Number one problem: stop spending more than you bring in. And it solves every single problem you have, period. Especially when you're putting on credit cards, buy here, pay later, you're financing everything. Stop. What I've watched from my lender/broker seat over the years, it's been tough to see some people on the other side of the table that I'm trying to help. They get exactly what they're looking for, that financial breakthrough that they prayed for, and they go right back into the behavior that caused the problem in the first place. Let me tell you a story. Before I tell the story, I've done many loans, and there's a pattern in those loans. The client who prays for the refi to consolidate credit card debt closes a loan. 6 months later, all the cards are maxed out again. That's not the problem. The behavior Your behavior is the problem. The client that gets a cash out to save the business, it closes, buys a truck, business falls away. Client that inherits the money and swears it's going to change everything 2 years later, they're absolutely broke and filing bankruptcy. Not because these people are bad, because nobody asked them the honor question before the money hit their account. God is not going to hand you a breakthrough that becomes the next crisis. He's going to make sure the character can hold the blessing before he releases it. And we're the character. We have to have faith. We have to change the what in us. I've seen quite a bit of stories on the other side of being a broker. And one of the stories that sticks out the most is one that I'm currently working on. This person got hurt at work, has been out of work for many years. She had to live on credit cards and she maxed them out to a tune of like $40,000. She knows she's part of the problem, but she also needs help. She's very grateful. She's very humble. And she realizes that she needs help. And she hasn't been able to find it until she met us. But God put us together, and we're going to try to do our very best to help her out. I will give you guys a follow-up video just on that scenario, because that is one that I'm passionate about. 3 questions God is asking before the yes even comes. Number 1, will I still tithe when it's a real number? When everybody starts making money, what happens? They forget God and they stop tithing. You could also say on the other side too that when you're not making money and you're broke, you're not tithing. It goes both ways. But if you read Deuteronomy 8, it talks specifically about us using our hands to make the money when it actually wasn't. It was a God-given talent that was given to us to make the money, God gave us those skills, those talents. So we have to know that. Will I still work like it depends on him? There's a temptation after the breakthrough to just coast, ease up, assume you've arrived. But why let your foot off the gas pedal? You can decompress, but don't take your foot off the gas pedal. Keep going. You got to keep moving forward. God gave you the breakthrough as a launch pad, not a finish line. The people who honor it, double down. The people who blow it, exhale. And they just sit there. And they really, truly didn't want this breakthrough. Number 3, will I still remember who I was when I had nothing? I struggle with this one a lot. The fastest way to lose the breakthrough is to forget the storm. Forget that pain. Forget the change in the what in you. The people God trusts with more are the ones who never forget where they came from and stay soft toward the people still in it, and they help them. Deuteronomy 8:17 and Deuteronomy 8:18. Do not say in your heart, my power and the strength of my hands produce the wealth for me. Remember, it was the Lord. I wanted to get that one out to you guys because that is powerful. Lastly, what to do while you're still waiting. You can start honoring God with the breakthrough before you even have it. That's actually how you prove he can trust you with what you're asking for. 3 moves you can make today in the storm that prove out the answer to honor the question. Give now at the level you have, not out of what you hope to have, out of what you actually have in your account right now. If you do not tithe on $500, will you not tithe on $500,000? Steward what is small. Fix the leaks. Cancel subscriptions. Tell the truth about where the money actually goes. God is watching what you do with the little things that you have today. Name the pattern you're afraid of that you would repeat. Say it out loud. Write it down. The pattern only has power in the dark. Naming it starts to break it. You do those things, guys, It will help you through your storm. The other piece, and we're going to wrap this up, is faith. Having faith that God is helping you in your situation and He's in your days to get you into a better place. But you have to continue to show up every single day for Him. We have to prove to Him that we're worthy of the blessing. The wait is not God ignoring you. It is God asking you a question. And the question is not whether you deserve the breakthrough. It is whether you have already decided how you're going to honor Him when it shows up. If you can answer that question in the storm actually becomes the training ground for everything He's about to release to you in life. If you cannot answer it yet, you're not behind. You just found the assignment. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think. God is asking you to fix in the wait. I read every comment. Guys, my next video, your situation feels stuck, but God is still working it. If this one hit you, the last video is the one you need to watch next. It walks you through what God is actually doing behind the scenes while your situation feels stuck. It's right here. See you guys on the next episode.